It's really your number one enemy, your self-doubt, your insecurities, your fear of failure. That's something that I had to battle with. So instead of being afraid of failure, I'm more scared of not trying and not knowing what the result will be if I didn't try again. So it's really just being open enough to accepting life for what it has to offer you, whether it's a win, a loss, because everything happens for a reason. It's either a lesson, it's either a blessing. As long as at the end of the day you're growing from it, then it's a win-win situation for you.
Dee Universe Philippines 2023 is Makati Michelle Marquez Dee! Congratulations,
No matter where the universe takes me, I will always be proud to call the Philippines my home. And no matter what happens, I will always be proud to call myself Pinoy. Thank you. I can't say that I had a perfect life. Nobody has a perfect life, but I did have to go through a lot of family struggles. So I grew up with a broken family. So at 3 years old, that's when I moved to the US because of legal battles. When I was young, I didn't know what the term broken family was. I don't have any recollection of my parents being together. So I can't say that I would know what it would feel like if they were together. I think there are circumstances that I've been through that you would say is not normal for a kid to usually have to go through as well. But I'm glad that all of those really turned me into a strong individual. I have two very strong, independent parents that have individually taught me different values that have created Michelle Marquez Dee. So my mom, of course, she taught me to always be yourself, but always work hard and give more effort than anyone else. My dad, he taught me how to never take advantage of the opportunities that life gives you. If anything, you should always see life with a grateful heart. Don't take anything for granted. When you have opportunities, make sure to maximize it. And those are the two values that I feel would distinctly separate my mom and dad. My mom didn't want me to join anything in the industry until I finished college. So that was very important for her. So come my last year, that's when I started considering modeling. Very grateful that after a month, I got my first endorsement. And then after a few months, I decided to do acting before pageantry, just to build my confidence to be in front of the camera. Because little do a lot of people know, I'm more comfortable behind the camera and shooting for my friends being a creative. So I needed to gain that confidence to be on stage, to be in front of the camera. And then came my first pageant. It was a very big surprise when I suddenly told my parents, "Oh, I'm joining pageantry." I think the first will always be the hardest and the scariest. I knew there was a lot of pressure on my head because I was carrying the name of my mom. So I was still known as the daughter of Melanie Marquez. So that's why all eyes were on me. Of course, my mom was very iconic, from her catwalk to actually winning the international crown. So I knew that I had a lot to prove and I had big shoes to fill. I think one of the biggest lessons is your journey is so much bigger than the crown itself. The end goal should not be just the crown, but really why you're doing it. Because let's say you don't win the crown, and I didn't win the Miss World crown at the time. I think you really have to put yourself into perspective and really realize that life is just so much bigger than this one little goal. I mean, the crown is very big, but you can't just focus on just getting the crown, but have a bigger purpose which is much bigger than yourself. I felt like that was just such a waste of potential because again, I knew that I could offer so much more. I knew that I could do so much more. And then the opportunity of joining Miss Universe Philippines happened. And again, I had a debate with myself because I was already a national title holder. Would I be willing to go down? Would I be willing to lose? But then again, you divert into that core purpose, which is why are you doing this? And for me, it's really to advocate for what I want to advocate for. So I took the risk. And again, I didn't want any what ifs. And as long as I stayed true to my objectives, stayed true to why I was doing it, I knew that no matter what happened, I would be okay.
The new Miss Universe Philippines 2022 is Pasay City, Celeste Cortesi.
I am a queen that doesn't like to live a life with regrets. After the coronation night last year, I was pretty much 100% sure that I was going to join again. Hi everyone, I'm Michelle Marquez Dee. I'm 27 years old and I represent the city of Makati. I did know I had a competitive advantage because I had done it the year prior. I knew which aspect of the competition would mean the most. I was much stronger mentally, I was much stronger physically, and I just had a firmer grip on what I had to do. So as cliche as it may sound, I felt like I did put in so much of myself and I put in so much of the work that I knew that win or lose, I did what it took to get the crown. So as far as destiny is concerned and as far as stars aligning for me, that pageant night, looking back, I was really just enjoying the moment. It was a big turning point because just to be able to make pageantry happen for myself, I really had to sacrifice a lot of other opportunities. And to come into fruition, it means all of those sacrifices were worth it. One of the most important things about representing the country is not just representing it during your year, but being able to consistently advocate and do the work after your reign. And that's something that I've always advocated for. That's something I believe in. That's something I want to do. It's definitely a sign of validation. I put in blood, sweat, and tears into this journey of mine. I don't think I've been so dedicated in my life for something. I do acknowledge the power that Miss Universe Philippines has to offer. I know how much good I can do at this point. I know how much I can bring my advocacy once again to the global stage. I do this for my brothers. That's why this is a lifelong mission for me, and that's why it means so much for me, because now I have so many more eyes and ears looking at what I'm doing. The saying, with great power comes great responsibility. And if anything, I am at the best place in my life to handle that kind of responsibility. I'm so ready to just show the universe why I'm so deserving to win the 5th crown. I'm so dedicated, I'm so ready. They always ask me why I consider myself a transformational leader. And I don't believe that you can create one in just a month. You can't train somebody to be a transformational leader. It's the accumulation of her life experiences and the life lessons that they can do, inspire others to do the same and to find that strength. So for me, winning Miss Universe Philippines is way bigger than just having the crown on my head. I can only hope to inspire as many people. I really want to be motivational and aspirational at the same time. And with my story, I hope this year they realize that I'm not just a privileged woman, but I also had my own fair share of struggles. And despite all of those struggles, I want people to know that they can reach their dreams also. I want people to see that you can do anything as long as you put in the work. You can do anything as long as you trust, that process. I really just hope that people take inspiration from my struggles, inspiration from what I had to go through to become this transformational and empowered woman. Hopefully they can see themselves in me or resonate with the story that I have too. And hopefully just throughout the process approaching Miss Universe, The more that we tell my story, the more that they get to know about me, the more that they can relate to.